Hello everyone, I'm Alex Calderon.
And I'm Logan Stewart.
Today we will be discussing Italy and its education system. We will first discuss how the Italian school system is organized. We will go through a typical day for Italian students and discuss some of their post-high school options. Next, we will cover Italy's educational access, equity, and diversity by showing a clip that displays Italy's current educational issues.
First, let's talk about Italy's geography and culture. Italy is a boot-shaped country in southern Europe. It is a peninsula situated on the Mediterranean Sea, bordering France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia. Italian is the official language spoken by a majority of the people, but as you travel throughout the country, you will find there are several distinct Italian dialects, depending on the region you're in. French is spoken in the northwest, and German in the northeast. Italy has a very diverse landscape, but can be primarily described as mountainous, including the Alps and the Apennine mountain ranges that run through the vast majority of it. That description was courtesy of WikiTravel.
So how is the Italian school system organized? Well, the schooling is divided into 4 educational cycles.
The first educational cycle is called nursery school. That is a 3-year time period for children 3 to 6 years of age.
The second is primary school. It's a 5-year cycle from age 6 to 11.
Following that is lower secondary school. That is a 3-year cycle for children 11 to 14.
Finally, you have your upper secondary schooling, and is a 3, sometimes 4 to 5-year cycle ranging from ages 14 to 17 or 18 to 19 years. So in small towns and villages, nursery, primary, and lower secondary schools often form one unified school, also known as Instituto Comprensivo, and state nursery and primary schools are also sometimes grouped together with one teaching circle or circolo didattico.
Compulsory schooling begins with primary school and continues until the age of 16, or the first year of upper secondary school, provided a year's schooling hasn't been repeated. Alright, now we're going to talk about a typical Italian school day. First, primary and lower secondary schools generally schedule classes for 30 hours per week, Monday to Saturdays. They actually have school on Saturdays. Very, very different from United States. So primary schools start at 8 a.m. and finish at 1 p.m., unlike United States where they might finish at 2 or 3. Although attendance may be required for afternoon lessons on a few days per week. Some primary schools operate from Mondays to Fridays only, when lessons end at 4 or 4:30 p.m., with an hour's break for lunch. Lessons at most lower secondary schools start at 8:15 a.m. and end at 1:15 p.m. Upper secondary school classes usually finish at 1:30 p.m.
So in Italy, there are many schooling options available. For example, at the age of 14, students must make a choice as to the kind of upper secondary school, scuola superiore, equivalent to a senior high school in the US. They want to attend according to which subjects they would like to specialize in and what they would like to do when they leave school. There are essentially 2 categories of upper secondary school, Liceo, which provides a more academic training, and an Instituto, where more practical and technical disciplines are taught. Within these 2 categories, there are several types of school. In every school district, there's a classic school, a science school, and a technical or vocational school.
So that first school, the classical school, or Liceo Classico, students learn a variety of different things. They will learn Latin, Greek, and Italian literature, and this forms a large part of the demanding academic curriculum. Philosophy and art history are also studied, and they do that during their last 3 years. So the second school that Italian students have the option to attend is a technical school, or Istituto Tecnico. By far the greatest number of upper secondary school students enroll in a technical school, which prepares students to work in a technical or an administrative capacity. This may include jobs in agriculture, industry, or commerce. Technical schools have responded to Italy's demanding manufacturing-based economy by offering an ever-widening range of courses tailored to the needs of employers. Particularly, courses in computer skills are seeing tremendous growth in recent years. Finally, a little tidbit about technical schools. They follow the same common curriculum for the first 2 years, with some practical training carried out in workshops and businesses. In the last 3 years, the number of hours of practical training increases.
So next I'll be talking about vocational schools, Instituto Professionale. Vocational schools are the least academic of upper secondary schools. They aim to train people in a variety of craft and industrial skills, such as cabinet making, carpentry, mechanics, and engineering. The timetable varies between 35 and 40 hours a week, and for the first 2 years, it includes about 14 hours per week of practical training relevant to a pupil's chosen area of specialization. In the third year, the number of hours of specialist practical training increases between 21 to 24 hours a week. After 3 years, students gain a diploma in their specialized subject.
For the sake of time, we won't discuss this slide in specific detail, but we wanted to show you Italy's rankings in math, reading, and science. The average score of all participating countries had a reading score of 493, a math score of 490, and a science score of 493. Italy's reading score was 486, their math score was 43, their science score was 489. To conclude, Alex and I would like to show you a short clip that displays a current educational issue in Italy that took place last October.
Hundreds of protesters took over the streets of Milan, Rome, and other Italian cities because they feel that the Italian government does not give equity or access to all Italian citizens in regard to education.
Thank you very much for joining us in this video presentation, and enjoy the clip.